A lot of gaming marathons are done for charity purposes. While that isn't the intention for this marathon, I am going to mention a couple of charities you can check out. I didn't post a chip-in widget for them or anything because if you do decide to donate to them, you should get the credit for it, not me.
The first is one you're probably familiar with, Child's Play. They provide toys, games, books, and other fun stuff for sick kids in participating hospitals. They've raised $1.5 million so far this year to help over 70 hospitals in the US, Canada, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Egypt. If you want to donate to them, you can either send cash or look up the Amazon wish list of a specific hospital and buy something for them. Go to childsplaycharity.org for more information on where and how to donate.
Since this is a Bloody War stream, I thought it would also be appropriate to promote another charity that's focused on animals. So here's a quick look at the Wildlife Conservation Network.
The WCN supports the protection of endangered species and their habitats, and also sponsors research on how they can coexist with people. They have projects across the world to save a number of animals, including the cheetah, the lion, the snow leopard, the elephant, and numerous species of small cats. Last year they raised almost $3.5 million for their projects and initiatives. Like Child's Play, you can either donate to a specific species or project, or just send it to where needed most. For more information, visit wildnet.org, and to donate, click Support WCN.
We now return you to sometimes half-animal people beating the shit out of each other. I'm gonna go donate. Later.
Hey, this is Blondeguygamer. Hope you're all enjoying the marathon, and I hope you're enjoying playing all these games for the marathon SCR. While I'm not a huge Bloody War fan, I'm definitely starting to get interested in the games because of your videos, and I even got the first 2 Bloody War games off of PSN. And I even helped mirror your one part of your retrospective on my YouTube because over the 50-minute time limit on YouTube likes to go off and on with your channel for some reason that YouTube never really explains why. But regardless, I thought I'd help out by contributing a little something for your stream. And that's, well, doing something we've done before. Reading fanfiction.
I've been abused and raped by your friend! Joe, I said. Do you love him, he asked.
That's the first thing he asked!
As we know, fanfiction is a great potential for creativity on pre-existing things and characters, but more often than not, it's best known for its more infamously bad portrayals of characters with bad grammar and context. I was considering doing a fanfiction reading of a crossover one of Pokemon and Bloody War, in which the main characters from the Pokemon anime turn to Pokemon Zoanthropes. No, I'm not kidding about that either. However, I'm going to focus on a shorter fanfiction for this little intermission, entitled Blue Moon by Blue Wolf 19. Well, at least it's not icy blue. Anyway, the description reads, yeah, you just have to read it and find out I do not out Bloody War or its characters. We're off to a very promising description in which the writer clearly does not put any effort into advertising or getting people's attention with this fanfiction. Except that it looks potentially bad. And trust me, it is. So, let us begin. This was not the best day in history for me. Well, of course not, you wrote a fanfiction. You know, as a matter of fact, it could be the worst, but hey, alive to have even worse ones. If you're wondering who I am, the name's Blue. And no, it's not from that TV show about wolves, it's just my nickname. Hell, only name anyway, as I said before. Name's Blue, and my story starts out like this. Good job with the misplaced period. Footsteps. Blue, humming. Walks into an alley. Bad idea on her part. Thugs, hey, it's you, the merchandise that got away. Our boss wants a word with you. Blue, tell your boss to piss off. I'm not interested in pleasing some filthy old geezer. Thugs, grr, you'll pay for that, bitch. Blue, pay. Fine, who's going to make me pay? Glares at the 4 men. For some reason, they all seem scared even though the odds are in their favor. They were right to be scared. Thugs, grr, she's just one woman, get her. They all rush after her. Blue, they just never learn. After the last of the thugs get his ass handed to him on a platter, writing about the actual fight scene, who needs that? She simply waltzes out like nothing happened. Little does she know, a young woman by the name of Sheena had seen the entire display. With a shocked face, but the only reason she was shocked, nay horrified, is because this girl looked exactly like her, only with darker blue eyes that glowed blue when angry or annoyed, and long black waist-length hair, and her outfit a bit too revealing to Sheena's liking. Later that day, Blue. Ah, what a day. Unknown male. So, aren't you gonna tell me about your day? Blue. Why, I already know you don't care. Besides, how'd spending the day in the bar go? Throws herself onto the couch left in the alley. Unknown male. Haha, very funny. If you must know, I only spent 5 hours there today. Or, I'm sorry, 5 hers there today. Blue. But the day is still young, and there's always the night. Unknown male. You know me so well, it's almost sickening. Blue. Almost. Unknown male. You are followed. Blue. Yep. Blue. Whoever you are, come out now, because if you make me get up, you're in a lot of trouble. Sheena comes out of the darkness. Unknown male. It's you, long time no see. And thus we learn the importance of commas in sentences. Sheena. Shen. Shenlong. Blue. You two know each other now. I'm getting kinda jealous. Shenlong. Don't be me and Sheena Gato. Shivers. Don't be me and Sheena... What? Sheena, trust me, the feeling's mutual. Blue, so gorgeous, what do you want? O, or 0. And that's the end of Chapter 1. There's still one more chapter to go, but we're going to let SCR continue on with the marathon for now, and later on we'll get back to Chapter 2 in another segment. Until then, I'll see you later.
What is it?
When are you doing the next part of the Bloody Roar retrospective?
Oh, I'm getting to it, alright?
You better give a better answer. People are starting to ask me because they know I'm friends with you.
I'll get, yeah,
Why do you sound like you just woke up?
because I did, alright? What time is it?
It's 7 p.m.
What?
Hey, this is Blondeguygamer, and welcome back to Blue Moon, a fan fiction by Blue Wolf 19. Where we last left off, we have Blue, a very original character that looks exactly like Sheena except for her hair and eyes, who met Shenlong, and thus Sheena has intercepted with them. Where does it go from here? What new things will be revealed? Well, trust me, they're pretty stupid. So let's get going with the rest of this lovely fanfiction. Sheena, I came for answers. Blue, answers to what? Beautiful. And another misplaced period there. Slightly blushing at the beautiful, gorgeous comment, a familiar face comes out of the shadows. It is Yugo Ogami. Blue, nice of you to join us. You've been staying there for a while now. Have a seat, she says, winking at him. He lightly blushed and made his way to where Blue sat. Blue, back to what you were saying, Dollface. Sheena looks at her a bit peeved at the Dollface comment. Sheena, Yugo, what are you doing here? Yugo, I was worried, so I followed you. Blue, ah, how sweet. It isn't like that. She is my friend. Shenlong, no need to get your panties in a bunch. Yugo, grrr. Sheena, I came to ask about you. Where did you come from, and why do you look like me? Blue, ... Blue, where I come from, the same place you have. How could you not remember me? Sheena, I'm sorry, but I can't remember anything from my past. Blue, yeah, but how could you not remember your own sister? A fanfiction character just happens to be similar looking and be a sister in this fanfiction? Oh, I never heard of anything like that done before. Sheena, sister. Yugo, sister. Shenlong, sister. Blue, wow, in unison. That wasn't written in unison. Blue, come on, what did you think I was, a clone? Sheena, looking at Shenlong. Stranger things have happened. Yeah, like getting a self-inserted sister character. Sheena, will you tell me what happened and why I can't remember you? Blue. Fine, but just because we're related. Shenlong. The sarcasm isn't needed, sweetheart. Bite me, sweetheart! She said the sweetheart part with enough sarcasm to take someone's head off. I'll start back as far as I can remember. Flashback! Hey Jane! Jane, wake up! We're going to be late! Sheena's mom never liked her kids to sleep in anyway. Sheena's mom was all in all a pretty woman. She had long blonde hair unlike Sheena and her sister. Was pure blonde, almost white looking. She always wore some type of dress, but you couldn't tell the design because she always wore an apron. Sexism! Don't bother her. My angel needs her rest, obviously. She was Daddy's girl. As a matter of fact, Daddy's pride and joy, Sheena's father, was a burly man with brown spiky hair with a tint of black. He had blue eyes as deep as blues. Unlike his wife with brown the same color as Sheena's. Their mother was named Trisha, though her husband simply called her Trish. Their father's name was unknown because their mother never used it. She simply called him Brody. And cue the Adrian Brody music. Trish, as much as you like to spoil Jane, we can't really let her sleep in. As she picks Sheena up and scoots her to get ready, we have to evacuate while we still can. And with that flashback, cliffhanger, the story just ends. Well, it wouldn't surprise you that this fanfiction was written by a 15-year-old girl, which is probably what half the fanfiction is written by these days anyway. The other half being written by 15-year-old boys. Oh, but I hope you all enjoyed this little fanfiction reading, and I hope you're enjoying playing these Bloody War games, SCR, and with that, I'll see you later, and I'll probably play some Bloody War myself. And this lovely fanfiction with SCR's favorite character can maybe be forgotten for the best of humanity. But whatever. I've actually read worse fanfictions.
Animation and Gaming Ohio 2011 Cosplay Wrestling Match 5. Yugo Ogami from Bloody War versus Balrog from Street Fighter. Now the match was supposed to be Balrog versus Bob from Tekken, but the guy who was wrestling as Bob got called into work and he couldn't make it to the convention, so someone had to fill in for him. I was going to be at the convention anyway because I do a lot of video work for the convention. I make the wrestling intros, I film all the live events, so the plan was for me to be a ringside camera guy. But after he couldn't make it, the con chair asked me if I could fill in. Now I'd wrestled in the previous 2 years of A&G. The first time I did it, I was in the Super Smash Bros. Brawl as Luigi. I did a couple clotheslines, ate a DDT, and I got pinned. The next year I was Speed Racer and I got to chokeslam Captain Falcon. It was a decent but short match with a couple of moments where I really didn't know what I was doing. Now for this match they asked me to wrestle as Batsu from Rival Schools because they knew that I cosplayed him at the time. But I could barely lift my arms in that costume and I didn't want to risk damaging it the way that M. Bison did the year before when his pants ripped off in the middle of his match. At the time, I was working on a Yugo cosplay, specifically Bloody War 1 Yugo, because it was really easy to do. I would essentially just have to make the vest, and I could find or buy everything else. I couldn't grow my hair long enough, and wearing a wig for a wrestling match never works, but otherwise it would be passable. So I pitched the idea to him, and he says, sure, go ahead. I don't think he really knew who Yugo was or what Bloody War was, but you know what, he and Batsu are from kind of obscure games, so I don't think it really mattered that much. Usually the way the matches were planned out, there would be one slightly less experienced guy and one really experienced guy who could help guide the other person through the match if they needed it. Now, the person who was wrestling as Bob was the experienced guy, and the person who I would end up wrestling against was a guy named Cameron, who was a really great guy. He had training in martial arts, he had training in stage combat, but no wrestling training, so that essentially meant that I was the veteran for the match. And that's not a good sign. Now my problems as a wrestler are threefold. 1, I was inexperienced. 2, I was really bad at in-ring communication. And 3, I would be wrestling without my glasses. And without my glasses, my eyesight, depending on which eye you're looking at, is anywhere from 2200 to 2400. I'm legally blind without my glasses, so everything is pretty much a blur to me when I'm in the ring. And I didn't get my contacts until later that summer, so this experience was going to be no different. Typically, wrestlers have an outcome that's already determined, and then maybe work out a couple of spots in between, but Cameron and me, no. We planned out the entire match. We had every move figured out, and then we went over those moves in order like we were rehearsing lines for a play. So the match was supposed to go earlier than it did on Friday. I think we were supposed to be match 3, but Brental Floss had a match that he was in, and he needed to go to an autograph session that was happening during the rest of the wrestling show. And the South Park people needed time to change for another match they were doing, and long story short, we got bumped back a little bit. So, I come out, Cameron comes out, I take off my vest and I throw it ringside because I don't want it getting in the way of anything during the match, and I wind up hitting a camera guy. So, already the match is off to a great start. So the match starts off okay, and there's this one spot where Cameron is supposed to headbutt me and then try whipping me into the corner. I reverse the whip and get him into the corner and then do a series of kicks to his chest. What instead happens is, I get up from a move, and Cameron, instead of doing the headbutt, followed by a couple punches, instead he does like an armbar takedown on me. And I'm thinking, oh crap, does he remember what to do? So as he's picking me up, I try just whispering to him, headbutt, whip to corner, reverse, kicks. You know, just something general to give him an idea of what we were going to do. And he does a couple punches, does the headbutt, and I'm thinking, okay, he's got it now. He goes to whip me to the corner, I hold on, try to reverse the whip, he doesn't let go. And I don't let go. And we're both trying to whip each other to the corner, and as a result, there's this one brief period during the match where Yugo and Balrog are holding hands and spinning in the middle of the ring. And as this is happening, I'm trying to go, let go, let go. So, he lets go, he goes into one corner, I go into a different corner, and that's when I realized, okay, we're back on track now, I have to go over to the corner and kick him. So, I pretty much no-sell being whipped into the corner. Walk over to him, kind of shrug to the crowd like, I don't know what that was either, as he goes, kick me. And then we start doing the kicks, and the match goes on as normal. The rest of the match went off pretty well. There was a spear block to a DDT, scoop slam, then there was one spot where I was going for a pin and I only get a 2 count, and then as I'm getting Cameron back up, he's supposed to do something, or I'm supposed to do something, or someone's supposed to do something to distract the referee. Because he goes for a low blow. Now, it doesn't have to be anything complicated, just like a, hey, look over there, bam! No one distracted the ref. So Cameron does the low blow on me, and the referee is looking right at it, and it's not a no DQ match or anything. He should have called for the bell. But I'm on the ground going, don't stop the match! Don't stop it! And the referee knows that's not supposed to be the end of the match, because he saw the walkthrough that we were doing in the ring previously. So he lets the match go on, and I get back up slowly, Cameron's waiting for me, he does a charging punch, which I do an armbar takedown, and I'm supposed to like roll off of him and go into an ankle lock. But the problem is, I never got the hold on completely. So, and Cameron's much bigger and stronger than I am. So I'm trying to get the ankle lock on, he is dragging my ass to the ropes, and I never got the lock on complete. It was the weakest looking ankle lock you're ever going to see. So he gets over to the ropes, climbs to the second rope, I managed to hit the 619, thankfully. But after the 619, there's supposed to be a thing where I immediately come off the ropes and do a rolling thunder on him. The problem is, Cameron and I had been practicing this a little too much, like the entire match a little too much. We were completely gassed by the time we got to this point. So instead of doing the 619 and coming right off of it into the rolling thunder, I hang on to the ropes a little bit and kind of like fall back into the ring. And then I finally realize, crap, I gotta do the last spot. So I run to the opposite corner and I go for the rolling thunder, only I was so exhausted by this point that instead of doing like a somersault splash or a somersault senton, I wound up doing like a somersault flop. I got no air on my jump. But went for the pin, 1, 2, 3, match was over. And I look at it this way. The match was okay. It was botchy, definitely. But considering that neither of us were that experienced in the ring, I thought it actually went off pretty well. It's like Cameron told me after the match, so long as people were entertained by it, you know, that's really the most important thing that counts. And then I found out after the match that I would be refereeing another match later on. And I'm just like, oh, God, really? I'm exhausted enough. Earlier in the marathon, I mentioned 2 charities that you can check out. One was Child's Play, and the other was the Wildlife Conservation Network. Well, I've always been taught that actions speak louder than words, so here's a receipt for my $10 donation to Child's Play, and here's a receipt for my $10 donation to the Wildlife Conservation Network, specifically to fund the snow leopard project they're working on. And that was the $20 that I had left after I paid off my bills and got Christmas presents for everyone I know. Well, back to the marathon. Ever been curious about the Bloody Roar manga? Actually, did you even know there was a Bloody Roar manga? It came out back when... You can find the complete compilation of the manga on eBay from a seller named Sonakiri Hayameni for about $14 American. Just be prepared to pay some really high shipping costs because it's being shipped from Japan. Also, there was never another translation for this, so it's going to be in Japanese. And if you can't read that, you're basically getting this to look at the pretty pictures. Back to the marathon.
Hi everybody, it's me, a snow leopard, and I just want to wish everybody happy holidays and ask that you donate to the Wildlife Conservation Network. Hi everybody, it's me, a Sony PlayStation, and I just want to wish everybody happy holidays and ask that you donate to Child's Play. Hi everybody, it's me, Bernie Kosar. I have no idea why I'm here, but apparently there's a Bloody Roar marathon going on right now. What the hell is Bloody Roar? I don't know, I just commentate on Brown's preseason football games.
What's in here, old man? I've got something I want to ask you, old man. What's the connection with the unborn?